Welcome back to the Daily Dose of Domesticity. I'm your host, Sarah, and today we're tackling a topic that is probably the source of 90% of household stress, the logistics of life. Specifically, who is doing the school run and how we coordinate our professional working hours with family responsibilities. I'm thrilled to welcome Jenna Miller, a working mom of two and a scheduling guru. Jenna, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Sarah. I'm happy to dive into the beautiful, messy chaos of it all.
Let's get straight to the biggest sticking point, the kids' transportation, school drop-off and pickup. How do you and your partner or your support system even begin to divide that up?
That's where the calendar becomes our Bible. For us, we had to be brutally honest about our non-negotiables. My husband, Mark, has to be on early calls, 7:30 a.m. sharp, so drop-off is almost always on me. It just makes sense logistically, even though it means my workday starts a little later, around 9:15.
That's a great point, identifying the non-negotiable time commitments for each person. But what about pickup? That's often right in the middle of a critical afternoon meeting.
Exactly. My work tends to run later, around 5:30 or 6 p.m. Mark's company is more flexible with a 4:30 p.m. hard stop. So, we've made a conscious decision that he's the primary pickup person. He's the one who deals with after-school activities, whether it's soccer practice or piano lessons. It means he's home and off duty earlier, but then I take over completely as soon as I walk in the door. It's about creating those clear shifts.
So it's less about a 50-50 split every day and more about dividing the days into zones of responsibility.
Precisely. It's an equity, not equality mindset.
That brings us to the second big point, the pressure to leave work on time when you know a child is counting on you. How do you manage that professionally without looking like you're constantly rushing out the door?
Oh, that is such a struggle, especially for women in fast-paced careers. The number one thing I learned is to over-communicate and set boundaries. I try to wrap up my work 15 minutes before I actually have to leave. I'll actually block that time in my calendar as a non-meeting slot. I label it Focus Time Wrap Up.
That's smart. No one knows it's a get ready to bolt block.
Exactly. And I'll let my team know, hey, I have a hard stop at 4:30 p.m. today for a family commitment. I use the phrase hard stop because it signals that the meeting absolutely cannot run over. And I make sure to get the critical tasks done earlier in the day so that if I do have to leave, the urgent stuff is taken care of.
Do you find that you have to make up that time later? For example, once the kids are in bed?
Honestly, yes. I usually log back on for about an hour, around 8:30 or 9 p.m., just to answer emails and prep for the next day. It's the trade-off for having that dedicated 4:30 p.m. exit. It's not ideal, but it's what keeps the whole machine running smoothly.
You mentioned your calendar being your Bible. Do you and Mark have a regular time, like a mini-meeting, to go over the week ahead?
Oh, absolutely. That's probably the most important thing we do. We call it our Sunday sync. Every Sunday afternoon, we sit down for 15 minutes, sometimes with a cup of coffee, sometimes with a glass of wine, and we pull up our shared digital calendar.
What are you actually discussing in those 15 minutes?
We look at the upcoming week and address the exceptions. We don't need to discuss Tuesday's routine drop-off. We need to discuss, okay, Mark, you have that late client dinner on Wednesday, so I have to do soccer pickup. And I have a doctor's appointment on Friday morning, so you are doing drop-off. We are explicitly assigning the exceptions and making sure they are written down. That preemptive planning saves us from a 7 a.m. argument on a Tuesday.
The Sunday sync. I love that. It turns potential conflict into organized communication. Jenna, this has been incredibly helpful and so relatable. Thank you for sharing your strategies.
My pleasure, Sarah. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and communication is everything.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you to Jenna Miller for walking us through the family logistics tango. Join us next time.